guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about Julia Ernst, who is a TikToker. Now I'll have links down below of summaries with more details about everything going on because I do want to go over what's going on, but I also want to focus on specific things. So if you want an even fuller picture with all the details, links down below. I had no idea who Julia Ernst was, but that really goes for a lot of TikTokers. I don't know if I've aged out of the target demographic of TikTok, but truly, maybe it's better that I don't start going on there because I feel like once I fall into that hole, I will not come out. Julia Ernst is this influencer. I've been trying to figure out how to categorize her, you know, like as a fashion girly, a beauty girly, whatever. As far as I've seen on her page, I've seen hauls, like Barnes & Noble hauls. I've seen outfit ideas. I've seen her not telling story times, but using a popular sound and then having a little anecdote, which is equivalent to like a boiled down story time, I guess. So I've seen a lot of various content. So if someone asked me what kind of TikToker she was, I'd basically say the popular kind. TikTokers like Charli D'Amelio or those people who I would not really say have a category. They're just all over the place, which by the way, I'm not trying to shade. I just sound aggressive by nature.
Julia Ernst was caught snarking on her own Reddit snark page. Let's talk about it. This is solely for educational purposes, no hate to anyone involved. Don't forget to check out my Depop Annual Reports News for cool vintage finds for under $25. This situation is absolutely wild, so strap in. Julia Ernst is a social media content creator who has 920,000 on Clock App and 305,000 on here. Plus, you should go follow my account on here, Annual Reports News. She used to date Vinny Hacker on and off for a short period of time.
She's a very well-known TikToker. She has followers upon followers on basically every platform she's on, and she was also well known because of her boyfriend, also a well-known TikToker. He's going to kind of come into the picture, but only in passing really, so I'm not going to go into all of that. But again, links down below if you want a lot of detail about all the things going on. Now, the reason why I chose this story I will get to at the end because it's very personal to me. And if you've followed me for a while, you'll know that there's only ever been one quote unquote scandal I've been involved in. And this is so reminiscent. I truly had a little bit of a war flashback there. But anyway, as we all know, Reddit is a place where the people congregate. There are snark pages, there are pages shit-talking basically anyone who's on the internet. So there's always going to be those types of forums. We know this. And if it's not Reddit, it's elsewhere. It's even on Twitter. You don't really escape that, right? Well, basically what ended up happening is that people found out that Julia was on the Reddit snark about her, talking about herself in third person, as well as her boyfriend, who is an on and off boyfriend. So I guess at some points he was an ex, maybe. I can't really tell the timeline of when these two are dating or not, and I'm truly not going to break my head trying to understand all of the ins and outs of that. People realized that she was posting on her own snark page in a very fucked up way. She has this second account. On this second account, she voiced that she was having medical concerns. These medical concerns involved seizures, and there was an implication as well of cancer. When this screenshot was posted to the page talking about her, someone noticed that the screenshot said, you know, like view insights and had her profile picture at the bottom.
So someone very intelligently caught that there was a boost post and a view insight, and that the picture was from Julia Ernst's own account. So what she had done was screenshotted her own post, didn't realize she was still in her like second Instagram sandwichy account, and posted it on her own snark page talking about herself. When someone caught on to this and posted this in the snark group, she very quickly changed the username on the account. So instead of being Breakfast Sammy Gal, it became the Breakfast Sunsai. However, as you can see in certain comments, that used to be the username, and it matches up with her own post on the Reddit account.
It seems like, allegedly, just for my own legal purposes, she is the one posting about herself on the snark page. In these posts, she's also mentioning her boyfriend negatively, and in fact, that's mentioned in another TikTok that I'll post here.
So there's a website that allows you to go through an old Reddit account's posts, Can't see the pictures directly, but you can see comments and what they wrote. She also was talking about Vinny Hacker caught cheating on girlfriend, on Hinge while having a girlfriend, on dating apps with a girlfriend, instead of just talking to him about him being on dating apps. This situation is absolutely wild.
So this is incredibly messy. I mean, for obvious reasons. To be talking about yourself in the third person, I feel like is already very big weirdo behavior. She was posting about herself in the third person, which arguably isn't even the worst part of it, because if you want to have a conversation between you and yourself, do it, I guess. I don't think morally it sits well with me, but that's still one thing. It is another thing though when, first of all, you're also making people think that you're getting bullied online, right? Because if all these people are shit talking you, it's understandable that anytime, if you do say, oh, people are saying mean things, people will, think about the snark page or whatever page you're getting critiqued on, right? But it's just you. But I can let that slide slightly more than I can let slide shit talking your boyfriend on there or shit talking people you care about. Cause then it's like, it's not your own little weird ego trip or whatever's going on. It really is touching on other people. It's hurting other people's feelings directly. When you're shit talking yourself, I think you lose all credibility, that's for sure. But at least it's you shit talking you. And you're allowed to do that. There have been other claims against her as well, which are the typical influencer TikTok-y claims about body checking, which if you don't know, body checking is related to a lot of eating disorder communities online where people essentially are doing what it sounds like. They're looking at their body, checking their bodies. Back when I had an eating disorder, I'm not gonna go too into detail, I don't really wanna trigger anyone here, but back when I had an eating disorder, there were certain parts of my body that I would monitor that would be able to tell me whether I was the shape, weight, whatever I wanted to be. Deeply unhealthy. If you've seen any Eugenia Cooney videos, you know what body checking is. Moving on from that, there were also claims that she was photoshopping her body. Again, all of these things for me are very basic TikTok girly activities, which doesn't excuse them, but doesn't surprise me. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I really am having a difficult time understanding how it is that people consistently think that this is going to A, work in their favor, and B, that they're gonna get away with it. Because looking at what the significance of any of this is, so for one, the best case scenario is that you shit talk yourself on this other platform that realistically, the people who are going there to shit talk you. There aren't, I don't think, that many people who support you who are going to read your snark page every day, right? And if they do, find a hobby. Aside from weird psychological self-hatred that you feel like you need to vocalize via typing on your computer into a forum that's full of shit talking, what are you getting out of this? So either it's for the public victim status of, look, oh my God, I'm getting bullied, people are so mean, blah, 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 or some other kind of satisfaction that I don't know, can guess, or understand. Regardless, aside from that, it's also like we have seen so many people try to pull this shit and it never works out. To any potential influencer out there. This is why it's personal to me, because it's happened to me. I've been the equivalent of someone being shit talked by one of their friends and their friend being like, oh, I was hacked, blah, blah, blah. If you've been following me for a while, you know that situation was devastating to me. And it was someone I knew in real life who was also a YouTuber who just went on to fucking kiwi farms, pretended to be hacked, and we were friends, so I believed them. So I ended up also looking like a moron, being like, oh my God, they were hacked and that person shit talked me when they were hacked. Then the great thing about kiwi farms is they will out you. They will be like, we tracked your IP address, we know it was you. And that person got outed. It never pans out. You never get away with it. There's always something that will escape you. And if you're not being outed by the platform itself, there will be details that will escape you, like in this case with a screenshot. So I really don't understand the purpose, but more than anything is the concept of how meta all of this is, because it feels like we keep going into these shrinking worlds. So you have the world we live in, duh, and then you have your own little online community, which can be great, mind you. I'm not vilifying the concept, but it's like, if you get too far into your community, if you get too far into the hate comments, Then you go into a smaller community, like it might be whatever, snark on Reddit. And then you go into a smaller community by being a commenter on snark. And then you get into an even smaller community of people who check that every day or comment every day or keep tabs on your every move every day, or you keeping tabs on yourself, pretending to be someone else every day. And you kind of do this like zoom in until you are so far removed from reality that it's like, how are you going to come back from this? And you definitely can. I'm not saying you can't. But the farther in you go, the harder it is to come out and the slower it is, because I really do think there comes a point when you are, and I'm not saying this in a ha ha he he way, delusional. Actually, your grasp of what matters in life, which you should establish, but that shouldn't be dictated by the internet, is no longer within your grasp. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you've been following her or following all of this, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.